Here are some extra details about Motor. His personality is basically like that of a frat boy. He is loud. He is proud. He loves to fight. And with others of his species, he is aggressively playful. He really likes. He generally likes messing with other hybrids and goading them into fighting him. His preferred environments include swamps, forests, and tundras. He can handle fairly cold places quite well due to his natural antifreeze from the Greenland shark and his great size. And he can even handle some arid regions due to his thermoregulation from Allosaurus. His main well, actually, before I get to tactics, I'm just going to come out and say it. Motor is not that fast. He if he is really motivated, he can maybe breach like 15 miles per hour at most. Generally, he will be knuckle walking at around I'd say about between 5 and 8 miles per hour. Mainly due to how big he is and also how heavy he is. Motor's fighting style is generally like that of, I don't know, the Doomslayer from Doom the Dark Ages. He will generally stand his ground, letting his opponent, rarely rushing at his opponent, usually only rushing opponents that are slower than him, where at that point he'll try to pin them down and rip them and rip them open with his tusks and claws. And for faster opponents, he will let them come to him, and sometimes he'll erect an almost tripod-like stance before trying to slam down on them. He will also rear up when trying to swipe at really tall opponents like Thanatos or Brutalis. For opponents, slow and heavily armored opponents like Akupuro or the Iron Giant, he will generally attempt to wrestle them. He will attempt to wrestle them to the ground in the case of Akupuro, or he'll try to wound them with this tail club of his, which is from his Doedicurus genes. Sometimes he'll try to stall out his opponents and bleed them out with his anticoagulant saliva and incredibly powerful bite, usually attempting to cripple one of their limbs and before backing away or continuing his assault. Also, due to his Wolverine and chimp genomes, Motor has a bit of an advantage when going up against male opponents because he generally aims for the genitals, which I don't mean to alarm you, will hurt like hell. Anyways, Motor is definitely capable of using weapons, such as uprooting a small tree or picking up a rock and attempting to bludgeon his opponent, or grabbing or if he's fighting multiple opponents, he might grab one of them and use it as a club to smash another one. Motor is better at fighting singular large opponents, but he can definitely hold his own against smaller opponents, mainly thanks to his immense bulk, flexible spine, and weaponry out the wazoo. Motor is also very specialized for cracking armor, especially with those anteater claws and those hippo teeth and jaws from the Tasmanian devil, which normally his bite is about 12,000 psi, but when concentrated on these tusks, they can reach nearly 30,000 psi, which is made worse by his, well, again, his anticoagulant saliva and the fact that those teeth and those claws and also those scales are enhanced with goethite. And in case it potentially risking, if it potentially risks blood poisoning, the wild boar comes into play where it's able to reroute toxic buildups. Also, the tail is quite flexible and dexterous thanks to the possum genome. Now, it won't be able to hold tools with it, but it should have a greater range of motion than it would normally have. Anyways, Motors should have a good shot at winning. So that's it for right now. See you around.